early. It's just exciting, fun times. First of all, I just want to remind you guys this Saturday we're going to be in Santa Clara Convention Center. We're going to be there at the event, the Jim. Oh my God, Jim Rome. Wow. Oh, it's advertising. Bill Arender. Bill Arender event. I think tomorrow we will be going to San Jose, so if you haven't bought your tickets, we can still get them for you for $20. At the door be $25, you know, if say $5, that could be your lunch over there. But again, Bill Arender is an incredible builder in Primerica, and I would recommend that, you know, we all be there. Again, I was remembering Sonia telling us that, you know, people are paying hundreds of thousands of dollars to attend a seminar just to be around successful, wealthy people that, you know, are gonna, I don't know, rub off on you or something. But I mean, that's great, but here it's $20 to go and sit there and learn how to build your business. And not just a business, because you know what, when people are doing their seminars, it always sounds great, but then when you walk out, you still have to find a vehicle, right or wrong. Right. You have to get into a real estate thing, or you have to get into something, and then thank goodness that we have Primerica. And so these events that we'll be attending this weekend, I mean, you're just going to go in there, you're going to take notes, you're going to hear his story, you're going to hear how he did it, and then you're going to go off and get it done because you're already in the vehicle. Right or wrong? Right. You're already in the vehicle. And what do? We help families. That's all we do. We're just delivering a message, telling the truth across the kitchen table. Let me tell you something. No one was knocking down my door. Wells Fargo wasn't knocking down my door. AAA wasn't knocking at my door, making sure that my family was taken care of. They weren't. Primerica came in and they showed us how life insurance works, how not to be overinsured, how to make sure that, you know, that our family is going to be well off in case something happens. That's what they showed us. And you know what? Me and Jose were ready to pay them. How much do we owe you for this information? Nothing. They invited us to come here and learn so we could go out there and share the message. Because no one's getting to the middle income families. Hardworking people don't know. We make good money, then we spend the money. We make good money, then we spend the money. Next thing you know, retirement comes around and we never even got started. So what we do is important, what we do is right, and I just wanted to invite you guys this Saturday. There's going to be like a locker room talk on Friday. If you can't make it on Saturday, maybe you can make it on Friday. Does anybody know the hours on the Santa Clara one? From 12, starts at 12 on Friday. See, it starts at 12 on Friday. We'll put all the details on the group or ask before you leave. But, you know, sometimes if you can't make it on Saturday because you're working, if you could try to make it on that one, or you can make it on both. You know, just, all I can tell you guys is that information is going to be incredible. It's exactly what we need. We haven't been in Santa Clara for a few years already. I think it's been a few years. And to have that opportunity to go over there and to see Bill Arender is going to be incredible. So please do not miss out, okay? So if you don't have a ticket, and another thing, if you order a ticket from me, let me know if I haven't given you the ticket, because I do that sometimes. Okay, so anyways, so that's this Saturday and this Friday. So we'll put up the details. Okay, so if we could go ahead and we're going to have, you guys are in for a special treat. I know we have some new people. I don't know if they're going to be going and having an orientation or if they're going to sit in here. I'll leave that up to you, the trainers here. But we're going to go ahead and hear from two great regional vice presidents that are here today. And the first one you're going to hear from, if we can go ahead and bring up the awesome Aurelio Gonzalez. Give him a hand. Take notes, guys.
How's everybody doing?
Wonderful.
Good? Like that?
Like that.
Like that? How's everybody doing?
Wonderful.
Be happy, let's be excited. Everybody has this opportunity. Today, I'm going to talk a little bit because I want to take the time from our special guest today, Cole, all the way from Arizona. So, gotta give him a hard time. So, I just want to talk a little bit on getting off to a fast start. I know we hear about it, and I think everybody, including myself, needs that right now. Because I don't think anybody's where they need to be. So what does a fast start mean? Let's go through that. And what does the field training process mean? I usually talk to you guys about getting our mindset right so we can become that leader, right? But today I wanted to talk a little bit because I think it's good. I'm starting to recruit, and then people are starting to recruit, so we need to find out, you know, what is it we do? Do we just recruit? The numbers look really good. No, right? The answer is no. Because if that's all you do, well, that's good. Coming in here, almost everybody in here probably already has the programs. We already know it's good. That's why we're out there doing it. So what we need to do, when you bring a brand new person into the business, it's your responsibility as a field trainer. Your responsibility as a field trainer to go out and field train this person properly. Okay? So there's certain things, you know, whatever your trainer's doing, Angelica and Jose, whatever they're doing, find out what the field trainers, you should already know all this stuff. So, but I know like what we do is we start off with something we call the Sprint Award. You know, that's our fast start. You guys have one too, pretty sure. This is so important because it shows you who you are real quick, and it tells you, you know, right here it says you attend an opportunity. Why do we want people attending opportunities? Because they can hear something, plus it shows that there's a place, it's not just a car. So it's very, very important that we get them here in office. Plus, you want to bring people in here. You know why? If you're the field trainer, you want to tell your new person to invite guests here, because the number one thing you have to do for the field, for the person that's getting trained, is to build them a team. Because if you're not building them a team, then all you're doing is selling, right? So you gotta, we have to do these things, and then, you know, submit your state licensing application. Get it done. You know, if you can get that done when you're doing the IBA, that's pretty good. Because once everything is ready, you don't want to stop the process. And I'm gonna talk a little bit about that too, why we don't want to stop that process. So everything that you can do in your first days, do it. Get them on board, let them know what's going on. Tell them about the office, bring them to the office, and get them going fast. That's faster, remember? This right here, the Sprint Award, you know, I used to do it before and I stopped doing it. I'm doing it again because this is within the first 10 days. So guess what you're gonna find out? The people, exactly. Who's serious? Who wants to really go out there, help, build, whatever they're gonna do. Remember, it's what they want, not what you want. So if you're a field trainer and you need to close 3 sales and do 3 recruits so that you can win the contest, that's not your recruit's problem. That's your problem. And I know that's hard to understand, but you know, it's very powerful that we understand that a new person came here because you promised them you're gonna do something for them. So if you're not doing what you promised, that's wrong, and that gives a bad name to my business. Yeah, to my business, and that's wrong. I don't want that. I want every opportunity. It's hard enough already without it, you know? So we got to do what's right all the time. And then, you know, we want you to, you know, Jose's always talking about your list. Prospect list, prospect list, prospect list. You do your businesses the way you do it. Prospect list is not for us, it's for the new person. So if you're new here and they've been telling you that and you haven't turned it in, then you're not serious. Honestly. You know, the way you're supposed to do this is actually to get you started. It's not so we can make money on it. This is for, that's why it's a fast start. So what'll happen, this is what should happen, okay? If you're doing what they're asking you to do to get you to where you want to be, right? Whatever that is, which is usually build a business, you should go on about 20 to 25 appointments. What? That's right. That's right. But then what am I gonna go close? I don't know, go look for more. No, you're supposed to give referrals out of that. You know, but here's what happens. When you go out and you go on 20 to 25 appointments really quick, guess what happens? You're gonna get a lot of people that are gonna recruit on. At the same time, you're gonna learn how to do the business. Right now, it's so powerful that we have this $200 bonus. You know, we always brag about that. You know, when we were in the business, if this would have happened, Jose and I would have made a lot of money. I know Jerry would, Celestino would have made a lot of money. We were on 40-something appointments. You don't have to do 40 appointments. I didn't do 20, 25 appointments. Okay? I want to put it out there. But I knew what I was doing. There's a difference. So if you can get it down in 5 appointments, that's good. But honestly, it's going to take you, if you don't know, about 20 to 25 appointments. But then you'll have a team, you'll be licensed, you'll have people licensed on your team. You'll be overriding, and you have people that are going to stick around. You start building a business. gives you time for you to produce and then go out and build it bigger. You know what family and friends is for? Which is your 25 list. You know what that's for? To help you train for what?
Practice.
Practice. Family is for practice. You know why? Because they're the worst. I mean, let's be honest. They are gonna tell you, you're ripping off people, man. What are you doing? What are you doing? You crazy? A friend won't do that, or somebody on the street that won't do that. They'll look at you, they might think it. Yeah, right. But they're not gonna tell you. But family will. And if you say, mine won't, then you haven't been in enough appointments. They will. And if they don't do it in front of your face, they're doing it at the party. But you need that. Make your skin tough, so that when you go out there, you're ready. That's what it's gonna take. Look, this company, if you do it right, it's gonna pay you millions and millions of dollars. It's proven. It's not me saying it. Look it up. Go into Google. Do whatever it wants. So, you think we're not expecting you to do certain things for that? It's your choice. I got to everybody. There's a place for everyone here. I sat with them. I recruited somebody last night, and I sat with them, and I recruited somebody for them that night, and I told them the same thing. What do you want? And this is what it's gonna take. You do it. I'm just gonna help you. I'm not gonna take, I'm not gonna say I did it for you, and I'm also not gonna say that you failed because of me. Why? Because I'm gonna do everything right. So if you don't wanna do what I'm asking you to do, whose fault is it? It's your fault. But if you're out there field training, you're not doing these things, then whose fault is it? Field trainers. And that's what gives a bad name to the company. So if you don't know, it's okay to say, I don't know, help me. There's a lot of people that can help. So, and then it says, bring a guest to an opportunity meeting. Why? Start building your business. Start building your business. If you guys aren't selling, when you guys recruit somebody on the $1x1, the $200 right now, something wrong with you guys, man. They're making money right off the bat. They're kind of coming in at 25%. Actually, you get paid more than 25%. I'm not gonna do the numbers, but you get paid more than that up front. So it's very, very important that we do these things. And then it shows on there, become a PFS client. And the reason we want that is so we can make money off of you. Really, you guys are asleep, man. You guys should have like, what? No, come on, man. It's so that you can understand. 'Cause watch, if you go, they're gonna ask you, do you have the services? And what are you gonna say? No. I was wondering if buy some of this stuff so I can make some money. Well, then I'll buy it. Look, a guy selling a Ford was driving a Chevy. I understand it's a better truck, but still, if you're selling a Ford, you should drive a Ford. Huh? So, there you go. Entonces, the other thing, the $200 bonus, one by one. Again, I said, understand how that works, so that you don't get, egg in your face when something goes wrong. You have 60 days to get licensed. If you don't get licensed in 60 days, you'll still get some of the money, but it's split in half. You don't want your recruit at the end of the night, they say, what happened to all my money? I only got half of it. Well, these are the rules for it. But sell the hell out of it. Why is that so important? If you don't understand, I bring the little booklet. You guys should all get them. They sell them on the company store. The reason that's so important is because it's gonna get people licensed, and it's gonna get people to stay around. And if it gets them licensed, it's probably gonna get them promoted to a district level. You want people to get promoted for them. Because if they're not making money, I don't care how good this is, nobody's gonna stay around. My wife and I, we give big salaries. You think I give them up even though I enjoyed this? Because I'm like, we'll see what happens? No, because I know what this can provide. This can give millions, hundreds of thousands, whatever you want, but it can give it to you. If I wanted to help, I would have done it like I did it before. I stay on my job and then do it part spare time. But I know this can produce. But you have to do it right. And that's how you do it. You gotta go back. And then the field training, again, it's the responsibility of the field trainer to make sure that this person gets trained correctly. And if you're not up to that status, then have your upline, your regional vice president, or somebody train these people. It's really important, guys. And if you guys are new, I don't think anybody in this office I know is bad. I think we're one of the best offices there is here in all California. Well, you're there. No, I'm serious. I'm telling you. I've heard a lot of stories. I just came back from Atlanta, and I was there with 163 other RVPs, brand new RVPs. And the things that I heard, man, I'm like, thank you. So, get off to it fast. And then, the recruit's responsibility, okay, because you can ask something from them. You're gonna train them. You're gonna teach them. You're gonna invest your time. Is to set up appointments. So you need to find out from your recruits if they know how. Because they'll tell, yeah, I got it, I'll go set it down. And sometimes they don't know how. Remember we talked about the other day about fear? That'll stop them from, and then you don't know why they stop. You need to find out, okay, can you do it? Oh yeah, I got it. Let me see. Let's do one or two. And if you see you got it, I mean, when Celestino came into the business, he was doing his, I heard him do the appointments. I was writing notes on him like when my field trainer was writing notes on me, because he's really good at doing that. He'd come from Cutco and that's what he did. So he's done. I'm not gonna waste my time on that no more. I'm gonna go help somebody else. Okay? So make sure these things happen. And always ask, you know, what is it they want? Don't throw up on them. We're talking field trainers now. Don't throw up on your new people. Because they might not want what you want. And I know we say it all the time, but it's that important. Because if we don't do these things, the business is not gonna grow. It's not gonna grow for you, and we're putting the wrong message out. Okay? So, again, really quick, I just wanted to say that because I think it's important. So if you don't know everything we talked about, you know, it's really good after the meeting to ask your upline questions. You know, ask them real quick, hey, what are you talking about? Hey, how do we do this? Because you want to get these things done. Or who's here to sell life insurance? No? Okay. Then I hope you guys wrote a lot of notes because it's that important. And I know that every time that I started, you know, I start and go. Every time I start, like I started right now, you see, I'll make a big explosion. But it's not on writing sales. It's on recruiting people and building teams for that new recruit. I heard something that said, our business is not a cold market business. And they said, well, you gotta go, you know, prospect in a cold market. But what you do, you prospect, if you don't have the people, prospect one person and then work through their warm market, build their team up. And that's how you do it. Your job as a field trainer is to build for other people. If you're not a field trainer and you're new, guess what? You want to be a field trainer. Why? That's where you make money. Because guess who you're training? New people. So make sure you got the qualities to be a field trainer. And when you go out there, you're the one that's running the business. So make sure you're doing it right. So that's an incentive for you that aren't to get there, and the ones that are, get better. All right? So, again, I did it real quick because I want Paul to come and tell us his experiences in Arizona. So, is Cole coming up, Angelica?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay,
So,
hold
Cole?
on, I'll go.
Oh, you want to present?
Do it
So,
ahead.
thank you.
You guys, very simple business, duplication, and I know that maybe for a lot of you guys, you know, a lot of this stuff is like, oh, that's nice. But once you start building your business, this is what's really gonna keep you in business. It's gonna keep you going. It's super important what we went over. And I'm so excited this month. They're gonna have a record-breaking November. So give them a hand again, guys. Awesome. Okay, the next person I'm gonna bring up, he's also Regional Vice President. Cole Sousa started with us when he was 15. Now he's 16. But anyways, so proud of him. You know, he's out there expanding in Arizona, and he's out there helping one of the teammates from here also. And combined, almost double-digit recruited out there. So they're building a base shop out there, and it's super exciting. He's gonna come up here and share with you guys a little bit of what he's doing, and I'm just excited. I'm excited about the expansion over there, and so no one's leaving. Everybody's staying here. No one's going to Arizona. Anyways, but let's go ahead and hear from the awesome Cole Sousa. Nice, Cole.
How's everybody doing?
Unbelievable.
Great. This isn't coffee, don't worry, it's just water. Alright. Okay, so welcome. Alright, so we appreciate you guys coming down. So anyways guys, trying to go through a little bit of stuff with you guys today and kind of talk to you about some of the experiences that I've had, and and then, you know, just to give you guys some understanding of some of the stuff that we're doing, okay? So 6 weeks, it's been more than 6 weeks. September 15th, I left California and I moved to Arizona, okay? A lot of people, you know, they keep asking me why, especially when I got there, right? You know, people are like, oh my God, you left California? Like, why would you do that? And I'm like, do you want to spend $1 million on a home, right? Okay, so then they started to understand it, right? So, you know, I left California and I went over there and I have a plain and simple answer, and this is for a lot of you guys that will give you guys an understanding of why I left California, okay? Outside of all of the, you know, expensive housing and things like that, okay? It's very simple. I was too comfortable here, okay? And I'll give you guys an understanding of what I mean by that. I had clients that would basically throw referrals at me on a consistent basis. You know, here's my brother, here's my aunt, here's my uncle, and I was always, you know, more prone to doing a rollover and doing a sale than I was to recruiting people. Does that make sense? Okay? And so I needed to get uncomfortable in that situation. And I want you guys to understand, okay? September, you know, 15th, I think I arrived like at midnight or something like that, right? Pulling my happy ass in a U-Haul, okay? And then, you know, I show up and then, you know, unpack everything and then I go to sleep that night. And of course I was exhausted by like the 17th, guys. I was waking up at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, just wide awake and cold sweat, okay? No market, no, you know, knew very few people that was there, okay? Not even knowing where I was gonna, you know, house my office, okay? Basically just winging it, okay? And I want you guys to understand this, it was designed that way because, you know, and look, I don't recommend that some of you guys do this because I want you guys to understand I had already been in the business for 10 years at this point when I decided to make that decision. So I already knew that I knew how to make money. Does that make sense, okay? Some of you guys don't have that ability yet because your skill set isn't strong enough, okay? Does that make sense? Meaning, look, I don't recommend you jump in if you just got a license and you don't know what the hell you're doing, okay? Does that make sense, okay? So I'm not telling you guys to follow what I did. I'm just giving you guys an explanation of why I did it, okay? So I already had a track record of making money. I knew how to recruit people, and I knew that if my back was pushed against a wall, that I would get the job done. Does that make sense, okay? And I'm gonna talk a little bit about, you know, some of the stuff that, you know, as soon as I got there, it's just what I started doing, guys. It took me about 2 days to kind of gather my bearings, and then, you know, I finally just kind of took off, okay? And first of all, I want you guys to understand this. Look, Arizona, you know, in Arizona, so in, you know, those of you guys, you know, some of you guys are gonna understand this and some of you guys aren't, and that's okay, okay? So look, guys, you know, there's hierarchies in Primerica. I mean, there's teams of people that have a financial interest in each other. Meaning, look, how many of you guys are going on Saturday? Everybody should raise their hand. Raise your hand if you're going on Saturday, okay? So if you're not going on Saturday, you're missing out, okay? Look, so Cheryl Bartlett has a financial interest in everybody's success that's here because she overrides everybody, okay? Whether, you know, be it through bonuses and things like that. So I want you guys to understand that Arizona is not the same way. It's a very fractured state, meaning that a lot of people moved in there from different hierarchies, okay? So there's not a lot of people plugging in with each other, but I want you guys to understand this, okay? So I started working with a guy there, and this is what I want you guys to understand, okay? Look, I will be the first to admit, where's Jose? Is he still in his office? I want to kick his ass, right? Anyways, look, I will be the first person to admit this, okay? I used to give Jose the hardest time about the way that he ran his office and did different things and, you know, the stuff that he trained on and the stuff that he didn't train on, okay? And, you know, he claims that he doesn't dye his hair, okay? But I'm pretty sure that if he does dye it, and if he didn't, that some of the gray hair would be because of me, okay? So because of that, guys, I want you to understand, I went to some trainings at some different offices, and I will be completely honest with you. I am still blown away at this one particular office that I went to. Now, mind you, this should just give you guys an understanding that there's 2 offices that I work with, okay? One of the offices has run a $100,000 base shop before, done great things, you know, big time NSD, you know, has, you know, 35 RVPs in his hierarchy. He has quite possibly the shittiest training I've ever seen in Primerica, okay? He gives 0 training to his agents, okay? I was blown away when I seen that, and I want you guys to understand, as soon as I saw that, I was like, whoa, like it made me understand that what I had here was really, really good. Does that make sense? Okay? because Jose gives you guys world-class training. He's willing to put you in front of people like Bill Arender and Cheryl and some of the other leaders that are out there, whereas you have some other leaders that may not be able to do that. Does that make sense? Because maybe they just didn't come from a hierarchy that did those things, okay? So I want you guys to understand is, make sure that you guys appreciate, what Jose and Angelica are doing for you guys, okay? Does that make sense, okay? But I do want you guys to understand, look, that doesn't take away from the fact that even if you don't have a lot of skill set, if you have a lot of activity, you're still gonna run a $100,000 base shop. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, and some of you guys are confused on what that means, and that's okay. We'll talk more about that later, okay? So anyways, so what I want you guys to understand is, some of the notes that I've taken here, and I want to talk to you guys about is this. It's simple, guys. What has changed from the time that I left to the time that I arrived, guys? It's not much. I haven't changed much as a person, okay? I may curse a little bit more. You guys will hear some more of that, okay? Some of the offices that I plug in with, they definitely have offices that are not very conservative, okay? Which is right up my alley, all right? So anyways, guys, look, guys, the biggest thing that's changed, and this is something that needs to change with you guys, I know this for a fact, the difference between you guys doing something amazing here and definitely putting your back against a wall and becoming and having and basically fulfilling all the potential that you guys have, okay, is very simple. You guys have not changed your mindset, okay? And look, I'm going to give it to you guys very simple, okay? Udiel said it, when he was up here a minute ago. He said, look, this business is not a cold market business. Now, I ended up in Arizona and I had no warm market. I'm sorry, excuse me. I had one client and I had recruited one person, okay? So I knew that I had to go where? In the cold market. I had to go prospecting. I had to get my ass in gear and start getting out there and making friends and talking to people. Does that make sense? But the fact of the matter is, guys, it's this simple. I get up every single day knowing that if I don't get to work, I am not going to eat. Does that make sense? Yeah. And some of you guys think to yourselves, well, Cole, I don't want that kind of pressure. That's okay, you're not ready. Does that make sense? But I was not content with making $50, $60, $70, or $100,000 here in the area and just kind of living, an average okay life. Does that make sense? Which is why I decided to make myself get really uncomfortable. Still, guys, look, everybody knows, okay, especially, probably in Helica, they know me the longest. I don't get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. You can't drag my ass out of bed at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm not getting up. I'm not going to the gym at 5 o'clock. I'm not doing any of that, right? Where's Carter? I don't know where he's at. He was Marine here, right? He's getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning every day, okay? Right, Will? Okay, so look, but I will tell you this. When your back is against a wall, you will wake up without an alarm clock at 5 o'clock in the morning in a cold sweat. Okay? So my mindset had to change while I was getting out there and getting to work. And some of you guys, your mindset is still, look, I'll give you guys an example. It's very simple. Look, guys, I'll give you guys an example of something that happened, and this was the mentality. I'll show you guys the difference in mentality, okay? So, few weeks ago, I was, I had recruited this lady, and I started to, I got with her and her husband, and I was going through a startup, and I went through everything, and they were super excited, right? So we made a list of about 15 people, and we were going to start doing field training appointments, and she had a great market, okay? And so what I did was we scheduled like 3 appointments in one day, okay? Because I'm splitting time between a couple different cities. Phoenix is a massive metropolitan area, so to go from one side of the metropolitan area to the other side is like an hour and a half. Okay, so you just don't schedule appointments like that far apart, right? So we had to schedule appointments in this one area, okay? And so it's about 7 o'clock at night, and she texts me saying, hey, the person is running a little bit behind. It was actually, the appointment was at 6. She said, can you show up at 7? And I said, that's fine. We'll push the other ones back and we'll make it work, okay? So I start driving over there, okay? And she calls me, and it's about 6:50, and I'm about 10 minutes away. And she says, hey, I need to talk to you about something. And this is the person that I'm field training, okay? And she says, you know what, my husband is not thrilled about me being out late. And I said, okay, and I'm thinking like, okay, and, right, what else, right? And she said, so, she goes, I need to focus on my health because, she's had some health challenges and things like that. And she said, things just aren't going to work out right now. so I'm gonna have to put this off. Now, mind you, I have 3 field training appointments and my night is booked, okay? And here she is just getting ready to chop my legs out from under me, right? And of course, I was cordial and I said, you know what, I understand, blah, 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 I understand how you feel, I felt the same way, blah, 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 okay? And so I said, listen, I just want to let you know, I didn't give her a choice. I just said, look, I just want to let you know I'm still going to the 3 appointments, whether you tell me to or not, okay? Because I booked my night based on these appointments. Does that make sense, okay? So of course, I'm pissed off because I just had somebody basically quit, like 10 minutes before the appointments, okay? And so I want you guys to understand, if I was here in Modesto, I probably would have said, you know what, that's okay, and I probably would have just driven home or, went to go do something else, right? I don't know, maybe go to a restaurant, I don't know, whatever I would have done. I would not have done what I did. Does that make sense, okay? And so instead, I ended up going to, now mind you guys, okay, I've been in Primerica for a long time, and some of you guys have too. Can you imagine showing up to an appointment that you're supposed to show up with somebody else, that they're the credibility there, okay? So I'm running the risk of knocking on the door and them going, hey, where's Carmen, right? And then, they're gonna look at me and think to themselves like, well, if she's not here, then I don't need to do this. Does that make sense, okay? And I ran that risk, but I didn't really care because, again, my back is against the wall and I had 0 other appointments. Does that make sense? And mind you, some of you guys, watch this, I'm gonna throw some rocks here. Some of you guys have numbers to call, right? I don't have any numbers to call. As a matter of fact, if I were you guys, I would throw all your damn numbers out the window and force you to go get new ones. Because, and I've done that before, because it will force you guys, because what happens is you start making calls, okay? You start making calls and you make 50 calls and 1 person answers and you feel like you're doing work. That's not work. Does that make sense? If somebody's not answering the phone consistently, shred that crap. What the hell do you need that for? Does that make sense? There's a million other people around here that are gonna need your services. Does that make sense? Anyway, so here I am, right? I'm driving to the appointment. I'm thinking to myself, first of all, I don't know where the hell I'm going. I don't know who I'm talking to. I don't know anything about these people other than their phone number, their name, and what they do for a living, okay? And I show up, and at the first appointment, of course, the regular thing happens. I knock on the door. Hi, how are you? My name's Cole. We have an appointment tonight. And, oh yeah, where's Carmen? You know what? Carmen couldn't make it. And I'm like, Carmen, unfortunately, she couldn't make it tonight. But I'm gonna go ahead and do this appointment anyways, right? And she said, okay, right? And then, and I can tell she's hesitant, right? So I come in. Well, that appointment went like a shit show. All right, it was, it was really quick. All right, it was quick and easy. All right, nothing happened. All right, I show up to the second appointment. Okay, ding, 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 ding. Hi, my name's Cole. We have an appointment tonight, right? And she goes, oh yeah. Is Carmen on her way? No, she's not on her way, unfortunately. Okay, she's not gonna be able to make it tonight. All right, so I ended up, same thing, shit show for an appointment. All right, not any good. Okay. I show up to the third appointment, I knock on the door, and the guy goes, yeah, man, we have an appointment tonight. Yeah, come on in. No mention of Carmen. And I'm like, great, this is going great, right?
Is that the right house?
Yeah, exactly. I didn't even know I was at the right house, okay? And so, anyway, so, we sit down and we start talking, and, I'm talking to the husband and wife, and, it was just right. Does that make sense, guys? I ended up recruiting and closing in the same appointment, and I started field training her.
Good job.
Does that make sense? It's a mindset. Now look, guys, look. If you think just because we've been in Primerica for 5 years or 10 years or 15 years or however long Jose's been in the business, okay? If you think it gets any easier, do you think that I was extremely comfortable at the kitchen table sitting there without my trainee? No. As a matter of fact, I wear jackets because in appointments because I'm not going to show them that I'm sweating like a ridiculous. Does that make sense? I don't need to show them that I'm sweating inside, I'm dying inside, because I know that at any moment they could go, hey, wait, where's your trainee? Where's Carmen? Does that make sense? But the fact of the matter is that some of you guys you guys worry too much about what people think. You guys are too concerned about what possibly could happen. Does that make sense? So what has changed is the mindset, and you guys are not willing to change your mindset. You're not willing to harden yourself at this point. Does that make sense? Okay? and I'll give you guys an understanding, you know, and I learned this very early on in Primerica, okay, you know, so I've been working a little bit with Victoria, which is, you know, the direct to Jose and Angelica, and when I first got there, you know, just like any new person, their thinking is all screwed up, right? And she would go out and get names and numbers, and she would, you know, pull them from anywhere, referrals, all kinds of stuff, right? And she would send me screenshots of what they were texting about or something like that, right? And or she would say, hey, this person just told me this, what do I say to this? And it was something like, oh, I'm not interested, you know, this is why X, Y, and Z, okay? And so finally, you know, after a couple times of her sending me that, and I kept telling her, just trash it. And she kept like going, what? And I go, take the number, crumble it up, and throw it away. And she's like, really? And I'm like, yes, you can't change someone's mind. You can't have a lack mentality, meaning if someone doesn't want to sit down with you, the hell with them, get them out of here. I don't want to sit down with them either. Some of you guys have a lack mentality that you're so afraid to let that one appointment go or that one lead go that you're so afraid to let it go because you may not have a what? Another one. Does that make sense? And you guys can't be like that, because if you have that kind of mentality, you're never going to get the next one. Does that make sense? You have to be able to change your mindset in this business, and basically, you know, poor Jose and Angelica, right? You know, I'm training their directs, so they're probably scared, okay? You know, but the fact of the matter is, I'm teaching her to have a mentality of, I don't give a shit. It is what it is. Somebody says yes, great. Somebody says no, great. Get the hell out of my face. I don't need to deal with you right now. Does that make sense? Because we're looking for the right people. And look, I want you guys to understand, okay? I can't show it to you right now, okay? But if you could see her schedule from the time when we started working together, okay, to the time where it is now, there was a week where she did 40 appointments. 40. But yet when we first started working together, she was doing like 2. Because she was afraid to let the ones go that she was, you know, well, I don't know what to say to them. I don't care. Just get them the hell out of here. Go look for the next one. You're looking for the people that are going to say yes. Does that make sense? You can't be so caught up on the people that are worried about saying no, or that are you know, hemming and hawing. Right? The other night, you know, and look, guys, let's not mistake the beginning for the end. Okay, let me give you guys an example. Okay, I appreciate what Angelica said, and I appreciate what ODL said, but I have done 0 in Arizona. Okay, it's been 6 weeks. All right, we haven't arrived yet. Okay, but we had an off night, and guys, the numbers are the numbers. Okay, I had 47 confirmed people that I myself had talked to. Are you going to be there? Are you sure? I'm going to save your name with a seat on it. All this kind of stuff, right? And I, you know, and have a laugh all you want, right? I thought for sure, like, you have got to be shitting me that they are absolutely 40 people are going to show up. Guess how many people showed up? Just take a guess.
None.
10.
What's that?
5.
2. 4? No, not quite. Okay, we got a little bit more than that. Okay, 21. 21 people showed up. Now, mind you, okay, Victoria's looking around the room going, and I'm going, where are those 21 other people, damn it? I'm pissed off, right? And I'm kicking shit because, you know, but I had to tell myself, you know what? All right, relax, like chill a little bit, because you have 21 people to work with here, okay? So we started with nothing, but we were able to make some things happen and get some stuff going to where now we've gotten 21 people at a meeting. Now we're gonna go down to Tucson, which is about an hour away, and we have a goal of taking 30 people down there, because now we've got an off night and they've kind of seen how things work. Because at this, you know, before that, we were just working out of a Starbucks, you know, because at this point we don't have an office, okay? So it feels like it's a little bit, you know, not so structured, okay? But I want you guys to understand is we would not have gotten to that point if we were so concerned about the people that were saying, I'm not sure, Cole, I don't know. You know, if I spent more time with them, I would have never found the 21 people that we did. Does that make sense? Okay. Do we have any questions? I mean, do you want me to open up? What do you want me to do? Is anyone to open up for questions?
Sure.
We have questions? I'm sorry for cursing.
What happened with Carmen?
What happened? Oh, what happened to Carmen? Thank you. All right, good one. All right, so actually, after I recruited that lady, I told Carmen, and she was like, "Oh, that's great. That's so exciting." And her next thing was, "Don't worry, let me work on my husband over the next couple months, and I will try to figure out how I can get back into business." Now, I mean, who knows whether or not she's going to do that? But guess what? I still have a list of people. Okay. As a matter of fact, I ended up doing another rollover for one of her other, for another appointment on her list. Okay. And look, guys, let me teach you guys something. Okay. And I want you guys to understand this. Okay. Look, guys. This is a huge lesson that takes I feel like a lot of experience to learn. Okay. I wanted to jump through the phone and strangle Carmen when she was telling me that. Okay, not physically, but you know what I'm saying. I was very frustrated with what had just happened. Okay, and then I wanted to attempt to start overcoming objections at that point. Well, tell him this. Well, okay, we'll just do appointments at noon then. How about that? No, that's not the way this crap works. Okay, I told myself when I got there that I wasn't going to be, a pansy and be catering to other people. It is what it is. You either take it or you don't. It's simple. Okay, but I will tell you this. I wanted to jump through the phone and just chew her out, what is wrong with you and all this other kind of stuff, right? But I remained calm, and I just told her it's okay. This is called not burning bridges. Does that make sense? Okay, guys? And because I was nice to her, she still sets up appointments for me. And I was gentle with her, and I told her, what, hey, look, it's okay, stuff like that happens, we'll be here when you're ready, blah, 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 blah. And I even check in with her, hey, Carmen, how you doing? Everything's going well, and guess what? I know she hates her job, so I do it like right around 4 o'clock when she's like, right? Okay? So I know how it is, okay? And yet, here she is, and she'll still text me and say, hey, you know what? I talked to my coworker about what you were doing, and, she wants to sit down with you. Guys, that's a lesson. Don't burn bridges, guys. Look, if people piss you off, it's okay to just turn around, take a minute, cool down, take a walk, and then come back and say, it's okay. When things like those happen, it's okay. We're in the people business. If you go pissing people off, I want you guys to remember this. I heard this the other day from something. The people that come through your office will either be your biggest advertisement, whether it's good or bad. So if they come through your office and you're mean to them and it doesn't go so swell and and they don't like you at the end of it, they're gonna go tell all their friends and family.
Yep.
But if you're nice to them and you explain to them, how, and they say how awesome it was, even whether or not they got involved or they became a client, they're still going to go tell all their friends and family. Does that make sense? So don't burn bridges like that, because believe me, I was about, the hair on my chin away from, chewing her out, right? Because it was not the smart, it wasn't the best timing, as we all figured out. Okay, does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so do we have any questions other than, that was a great question, by the way, okay? Any other questions? You guys are too easy. Nothing? All right, guys. Anyways, all right. Well, let's hope we'll come up.
Somebody
I'm sorry.
has a question?
Yes.
When do you learn that lesson? Because you've been in the business quite a while.
Well, I learned early on that it did not pay to be mean to people. Okay, because here's how I really learned it. I would recognize other people in the office, okay, and these other people would piss off their recruits, and when their recruits years later had a rollover or an investment or a life insurance policy from a friend, family, coworker, whatever, they would call me. They wouldn't call the person that was mean to them. Does that make sense? That's how I learned that lesson. Because when somebody left, now listen, if you think that I never chewed anybody out or pissed anybody off when they've left my team, you're wrong. Okay, I've done that plenty of times, but I just didn't do it to other people's teammates. Okay, and I started learning a lesson of like, why aren't they calling so and so? It's because they pissed them off and they didn't like them. Does that make sense? So be nice to people. They'll come back around eventually. They're going to be your biggest advertisement. Okay, does that make sense?
It does.
Okay.
So those 21 people, they were all cold market that you got them?
So, I haven't quite looked at everything, right? Okay, so by the way, we did double digit recruit. Okay. Anyway, so it was 10 through two base shops. Okay, but anyways,
Good for you.
it was. They were all started off as cold markets. She had recruited 2 people before I got there, okay? And then everybody else came through her cold, her going out and prospecting and doing some different things. I mean, guys, look, and I'm not gonna take any credit for what she's done because she's done everything on her own. I'll give you guys an example of what I've done, okay? I took her as a raw recruit, and I did some adjustments on some of her presentation and some of the stuff that she was saying, okay? Some of the closing questions and things like that. And then I made some minor adjustments on just some of the basic stuff what she was doing, and she took it and ran with it, okay? And she did everything else by herself. I mean, she will definitely call when she has an issue or this has come up or just basic things, but I can't take credit for anything that she's done. I've had my hand in all of the IBAs that have happened, okay? So, and I will tell you guys this, look, you know, if you can learn something from, you know, from Victoria, who's a new recruit, I mean, I guess she would be considered new, right? She's new in raw for the most part, okay? But here's what it is. She, and this goes for myself too, because she's kept me busy, but she has taken 0 days off, meaning like, if she's doing booths and events, that's what she's doing. If she's at Starbucks prospecting, that's what she's doing. If she's out prospecting cold market, that's what she's doing. If she's, you know, fill in the blank, I mean, she finds time, she makes time to do everything that she needs to do. And it's usually like, I mean, there's been times when I know for a fact when I'm out doing appointments, she's at the Starbucks for 12 or 15 hours from the time it opens to the time it closes. And I, you know, sitting in the chair, you know, she's using a little bit of social media, she's doing a little bit of everything. But that's where they came from, okay? And she's definitely grinding herself. I mean, she's working herself exhausting. I know it because I can see it in her eyes. They're all bloodshot, just like she lives in this town. I have to drive my happy ass an hour over there. Does that make sense? Okay, so I know what sleep exhaustion is, all right? So don't even go there, right? Anyways, does that make sense? So it's a little bit cold market, a little bit of everything. We've definitely recruited. You know, when she was, this is an example for you guys. When she was inviting to this event, I didn't tell her to do this. Now, she probably learned this from Angelica. She probably learned it from Jose. I don't know who the hell she learned it from, but she would tell people, hey, are you coming to the event? And they would say, yes, yeah, I'm coming. Okay, great. Listen, if you can bring 3 people with you, listen, you know, it's going to be amazing. Right? And you know, we had a whole list. I have it on my Google Docs, right? And I had all these people's names that I've confirmed and, you know, who they were and stuff. And then she would say, oh, this person's coming with 3 people. And I was like, yeah, you're funny, right? And then sure enough, I seen people walk in. I'm like, who the hell is that? And you know, like 3 or 4 people brought 1 or 2 people, and I'm thinking to myself, like, well, I'll be damned, you know, look at that. So out of the 21 people, there was only 9 agents, and there was what does that equal? What's the rest? 12 guests in that situation. Okay, so you know, we had a pretty good mix of guests in that situation. So she's really good at that. She's really good at getting people confirmed, and you know, bringing people with them. Okay, does that make sense? Okay. Anyways, help me welcome up PFS.Pulido.
Good job, except for the bad cursing.
I know.
Anyways, like Cole says about Victoria, no one can take any credit for your success here in Primerica or your failures. I want you guys to write that down. You can bring people to the office, you can offer them the opportunity, but at the end of the day, you have to pull your own weight. There's no free lunches here, but one thing I can tell you about Victoria is she believes. She believes, and so when she says she's getting people here and Cole's blown away, she believes. She believes that she belongs here. She believes this is her vehicle, and she just don't let up. She's constantly out there. I have told you guys in the past, that girl don't sleep. She's out late. She's up early. I don't know, but she must manage time to sleep and get it done. But one of the things that Victoria is, and I know Cole can agree, is she's excited. She is excited, and she believes in the opportunity. That's it. And one of the good things, she recruit. How many she recruit? Cole, 8 people last month.
8 direct. Oh yeah, was it 8 direct? No, I think it's 7.
7 and 18, or something like that.
18, something like that. Yeah. A lot.
But she recruited all those people, because she's excited, because she knows this opportunity is good. And I mean, she can go on the videos, we can tell her all day long, but because she believes this why this is happening. And then not only that, Cole just told you she had, see, everybody says, oh, I wish I was a double-digit recruiter, oh, I wish I this, I wish I that. Cole just told you she did 40 appointments in a week.
She did 40 appointments, like 40 appointments. She didn't, it wasn't like she scheduled 40. I think she had something like 55 scheduled. Basically, her schedule is linked to my schedule. And I couldn't even tell what was what on there. It was so jam-packed, and I go, how the hell are you going to do all this?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So for sure, you know she has the work ethic, right? For sure, she's self-motivated. No one has to tell her, hey, get up, it's time, you know? So she's self-motivated, she has work ethic, she's excited, and she believes. See, we always do this exercise. I'm gonna do it real quick. What do we expect of our recruit, guys? I hope you guys have some ideas. What do we expect of our recruits? Anybody? To recruit. Okay, to recruit. Anybody? What are some?
Excited.
To be excited. Okay. What else? What else do we expect from our? If we hire someone, what are we looking for?
Work ethic.
Work ethic. Work ethic. I'm gonna spell wrong. A market or the list. Okay. Market.
Credibility.
Credibility.
Commitment.
What is it?
Commitment.
Commitment. Am I spelling wrong, guys? Don't correct me. Don't correct me. I'm joking. Anything else? That it? We're easy.
Men and women of their word.
Huh?
That
Oh,
means-
how do you call that? Of your be. Gosh, how do you say that?
Integrity.
Integrity.
Oh, integrity.
Thank you. That's be a man of your, woman of your word. Integrity. What else, guys? What else are we looking for in a teammate, in a business partner?
Determined.
Determined. Anything else? Don't shortchange yourselves, man. Don't leave it out.
I'm gonna use that when you're done.
Anything else? See, guys, competitive. Okay, so at least we all are awake. This is what we're looking for in our business, right? It doesn't say, oh, you need to have financial experience. No, it doesn't say nothing like that. But it does take all these things, and the reason that she's getting the success that she's getting is we're very thankful that Cole, it was timing, he was on his way out there and she was out there, and we're so very fortunate that, all of Cole's experiences can combine with her newness. And you asked me, is she new, is she this, that girl's brand new every day. Every day she's excited, she's eyes like this, just of hopefulness, right? So she's brand new every day. What are we gonna do?
Look at this. There's a guy, that she wrote this. This is very true right here. So there's a guy there's a guy in Tucson that we plug in with, okay? He's a regional leader, and he is the #1 regional leader in the state, and he writes anywhere between $10,000 and $20,000 a month in personal premium, okay? And he says that he will not train anyone unless they're a golden ship. And I was like, I'm writing this down, I've never heard that one before, golden ship, right? He says.
Ship, he said.
Ship, yes, golden ship, okay? He says that, I'm sorry, I should add this one in here. He says that #1, they have to have credibility. #2 is they have to have a market. And #3, it's not so much work ethic, but he says they have to have a willingness to take you to that market. He says if you don't exhibit that, he's not training you. He'll throw you to someone else in the base shop to train you. But he's writing $18,000 a month in premium, and that's huge.
So back on what he's talking about, the willingness to take you there. That is so important. I remember when me and Jose hired on, we couldn't wait for the meeting to be over. We told our trainer, you gotta come and see my brother, you gotta come and see our uncles, his aunts, you gotta come and see these people. And it makes sense today because our trainer said, are they married? Do they have kids? Of course. Okay, let's go. See? Willingness to take you to that market because you have credibility. It's no wonders that when we went to our second opportunity meeting, we showed up with 6 IBAs, and Peggy said, what is this? These are our teammates. Sign them up for PFSU, they're ready. But anyways, guys, so see, and Victoria has a lot of those things that they just get her going. And like Cole was saying, listen, don't feel bad. It's at your time. We will be here when you're ready. I would like to say that Cole was the easiest recruit. I really would, but I'd be lying. But at his time, like when he told us he was moving over there, I was like, why? And then he told me, I'm too comfortable here. I've been here too long and I'm too comfortable, and if I go out there, I'll be out there. Like he's saying, your back has to be against the wall. See, I don't know who Victoria's driving force is. I do, but but she's proving to someone that if she says she's gonna do this, she's gonna do it. And so that's what Cole means by your back has to be against in your business when you're ready. When you're ready, you can. It's so funny because right now Juan Manuel is super proud of him. He's like less than $2,000 away from crossing over 100. Oh, wow. It's amazing. He's gonna cross over like any second. We're just gonna get that phone call. And I tell him, I'm so proud of you, Maria, because man, I'm just so proud to know that at any time of the day, I know that you and Maria are building your business for your family. And I know that you guys are impacting a lot of families along the way. And I know that you guys are changing lives. Abraham so close to getting his watch. He's probably going to go RVP the first quarter. Changing lives. Changing lives. And I told him, you know what? I am so proud to be in business with you. We didn't do nothing. We didn't do nothing. You guys are doing it. But I'm just so proud. And so Juan wasn't always the easiest either. Characteristics of an RVP. No, I'm joking. Anyways, gray hair. No, I'm joking. But anyways, anyways, but what I'm telling you guys is that when you're ready, we're ready for you. When you're ready, let me tell you something. We have a little bit of experience. We know kind of what we're doing. We're not too new. But when you tell us it's your time, man, we're going to be here and we're going to celebrate when you guys cross over. And nothing would make me and Jose more prouder than for you guys to go out there and do what you do already. You guys are already doing it, but just at a higher pay rate. You guys deserve more. This isn't corporate America where this is what you deserve. This is your, no. This is your business. Your worth is so much more. The fact that you're here on late evening where it already seems like it's 2 o'clock in the morning. But anyways, you deserve it, and we just want you to earn, do what you do, have fun at a bigger contract. And so if at any time, this is my disclosure, you get upset because, Angelica was so mean, Angelica was talking so loud, I want to apologize in advance. Because all I want is for you guys to reach your level. If we did it, you can do it. There's no gotchas here. You just gotta go see the people. I was following up with someone today, and it's been hit and miss. And finally, I looked at her straight in the eye. I told her, listen, I know you're busy, you're a mom and you work, but I would appreciate it that when you are ready, you would give me an opportunity to show you what we do. I go, me and my husband have been doing this a long time, and I would want you to get the full experience of what Primerica stands for. Give me an opportunity. And right away she goes, somebody's been talking to me, but I asked a few questions and they don't know, and I don't know, it makes me kind of, I go, listen, all I can offer you is our experience. And it seems like, we've been hit and missing. You're busy, you're a mom and you work. Just give me an opportunity. And when we were done talking, I told Jose, she was talking to me like we were already working together. She was talking to me like she knew me forever. And that's not fake, that's genuine. I love changing lives. I love giving people opportunities. That's not work to me, to be able to talk to someone and tell them what an awesome company we have with a great compensation plan attached to it. And if we can do it, you can do it too. I don't know, guys. You gotta love it. And that's why when I come into these doors, I am so excited to see who's gonna show up, who's ready to make changes, who's ready to go for it. Because I know that this month, those people, you guys are what Jose says, the sleeping giants. This is going to be your month. If something's going to click, something's going to happen, you're going to recruit that person that's not going to let you sleep. You're going to recruit that person that's going to say, I got another appointment, and another appointment, and another appointment. But see, I believe that. But you have to believe that. And if you're ready, that's going to happen this month. So anyways, let's go out there, let's change lives, let's get excited, and let's go ahead and bring up Pulido.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
How's everybody doing?
Unbelievable.
That's right. It's very believable. All right. So didn't Cole do a good job or what, guys? Not bad for a 13-year-old. Well, he just turned 16, right?
Benjamin Button.
I think he was 13 when he started. He got stuck there for like 8 years. I don't know. He has So I'm gonna change a little bit of gears here and go over some training with you guys, but I'm gonna do a refresher a little bit, and then I'm gonna go over the 4 personalities, the 4 color personalities to help you guys, get ahead. I just wish I would have had this kind of training when I started the business way back when dinosaurs came around. But this is important, guys. Now, by the way, I'm not gonna cover all the 4 personalities today, so I'm gonna do this for the next 4 Wednesdays. But today I'm gonna cover the yellow personalities. So for some of you guys don't know what that is, there's 4 color personalities. There's yellows, there's blues, there's greens, and there's reds. And we are all, not mixed, we're all those colors. Some of us have a little bit of others, but all of us are either yellows, greens, reds, or blues, but you have a little bit more of other little bit of colors and stuff. But by the way, that's how you're wired, okay? It doesn't mean there's a wrong color. Well, I don't want to be yellow because I like red. It doesn't matter, okay? The point is, that's your personality, okay? You can't, that's who you are, okay? And I know we try to fight it. Matter of fact, just before I get into the training, a lot of times you can work out of your personality. In other words, some of you guys might have jobs that, you do the job because it pays you decent or okay, but it's not what you want to do, and and you're not like too happy with that kind of a job or what you have to do at your job because of your personality. And it's because it doesn't match. It doesn't match your personality. Now you bump into people that love their job, they love what they do, and all that good stuff, right? And because they have a match. Okay, that's how that works. So anyway, so tonight I'm going to go over the yellow personality and give you guys some more pointers on this, on how to use it. And but it's very important you guys get good at this because this helps you communicate with people. So, how many of you guys know French? Anybody know French in this room? Okay, good. Okay, cool, that's supposedly, but that's not cuss words, right? He probably just knows cuss words, right? But anyways, no, we started speaking to them in English, and they communicated back to us in French. How are we gonna get what we want? We're not. It's gonna be a little difficult, right? Now you get into sign language after that, right? You're like, eat, right? Something, right? You start doing those things, right? Or Google Pictures. There you go. But so it's communication. So if I was to tell you guys, look, I'm gonna put you guys. So personality is the same way. It's a language. It's learning how to speak people's language. One of the reasons people have problems at work is because they don't communicate correctly. Well, their managers don't know personality, so they actually push people in the wrong direction, or they, make things worse instead of better, right? In relationships, in marriages and stuff, one of the reasons people have challenges, and I'm going to give you guys marriage 101, right? In marriages, they have challenges or divorces because they don't know how to communicate. And everybody thinks communication is just talking, like you get on the phone and let's talk. That's not, okay? It's understanding the way that people communicate, right? But anyway, so personalities are the same way. All of you guys buy, get involved, do, have based on your personality. All of us. We all do that, okay? And so I'm not going to go through the rest of the personalities, but today I'm going to go over the yellow personalities, if I can get this to mirror on there. And if I can, is it up there now? Not yet. Oh, there it is. Should be up there. Perfect. All right. So now, just have to do this. Perfect. All right, so we're going to go over the yellow personality. So I'm going to move this around here so you guys can see good and stuff. All right, so it doesn't matter which one we go through first. I just wanted to make sure that we cover these. And it's important that you guys cover them. By the way, some of you guys are probably going to say, well, that's me. That's good. Nothing wrong with that, right? And well, I don't want to be yellow. Well, if you're yellow, you're yellow. It doesn't change, right? Now, in Primerica, in our type of business, you have to be able to master all of them. All of them. You got to be able to speak all the languages. All of them. Okay? And the reason why is because you cannot force someone else to be like you. I always tell people this, when you come in Primerica and you have a lot of success, right? To me that's like, oh, because what happens is the new person starts thinking everybody's going to be like them. And guess what? They're not. They're not. People are not. See, some of you guys are like, why don't people, you go to appointments, you're like, I see it. Why don't they see it? Well, different personality. They just don't see it like you. And that's what you guys gotta understand. And what happens with new people, when they go through that, it either makes them or breaks them because, well, this must not work. No, it's not. It's just they're a different type of personality. We got to be different with them. We got to maybe wait a little bit longer with them. We got to give them more information. Whatever the cause is, we got to work with that language, right? The yellow personality is one of those personalities of the easiest way to explain yellow personality people, the word help, is they're in a type of business or job that helps others. And even if they're not working, they help others. They're really involved in community, they're really involved in churches, they're really involved in things that have to do with humans. That's yellow personality. Okay, and so you need to understand that yellow personality people have different way of being and doing. So doesn't mean they're right or wrong. What it means is that you need to know how to communicate with them. Because if you know that they like to help, right? Now, by the way, I've met teachers that are not yellow personality. Okay, that they should not be teaching. I don't know if you guys have ever met some of those teachers. Like, you're teaching kids, right? And they're doing it because their parents want them to go to school and go to college and get a career, and they figure teacher be the easiest, and they hate it, right? A while back I met this manager at a bank, right? And we were talking and stuff, and I asked him how long you've been a manager and stuff like that. He goes, no, it's been about a year. And I go, oh, what'd you do before? He goes, I used to be a teacher for like 8 years. I go, teacher, bank, okay, that's good, right? But anyway, so he was working on his personality completely, right? He was a big time introvert, right? He was quiet, right? And that type of person he is, right? So he was working in a position that required a yellow personality person. In a restaurant or in a place that like a church, right? An usher or a hostess would be an ideal yellow personality person. Anybody know why?
Like to serve.
They like to serve
Accommodate people.
and accommodate people. That's the yellow personality. And you might be one of those people, and there's nothing wrong with that, and that's good. You like to help people out, right? So I'm going to give you some do's and don'ts and things like that and phrases that you guys can use so you guys, as you guys go. So hopefully you guys can see this. I don't know if we have to turn off. Can you guys see the letters? Because I'm this close and I still can't see. But anyways, oh, there you go. So now we can see better, right? So anyway, so yellow personality language, and here's some examples. As you're recruiting them or you're trying to get them into business, things that you can use, everything happens for a reason. When you talk to a yellow personality, say, listen, everything happens for a reason. This is why I'm here. A yellow personality will feel connected, like, that's right. Now, the reason why they feel that everything happens for a reason, because yellow personalities is they need to bond and build relationships. That's their yellow personality, of building relationships. So if you're the type of person like, I don't like building relationships, then you're never going to close or recruit any yellow personality people. Because that's who they are, right? Second thing is, I want to be sure what I share is meaningful. Why do you think a yellow personality wants to know that? They want to make sure that what they share is meaningful.
It's helpful.
It's helpful, right? They want to make sure it's right for people, friends and families, right? And that's a yellow personality type of person. So you guys got to understand, so then you got to show them something that's meaningful. See the difference if you want to recruit them? Does this resonate with you? So when you're talking to a yellow personality, you say things like this, helping people and helping families, get out of, being in debt, and becoming financially dependent. Does that resonate in you, right? And the yellow personality says, I can see myself helping people. I can see. I mean, how many of you guys have sat down with yellow personality people and they've told you, I can see myself helping people? Anybody ever got people like that? Yeah, because the yellow personality person feels like that. I can help people, right? And that's what they want, right? If we share with good intentions, we trust our business will grow. So if you're talking to a yellow personality, and if I'm talking to Maria, and let's say she's a yellow, and I said if we share with good intentions, right? If we do what's right, with people, our business is gonna grow. So she likes to hear that. Instead of saying, hey, just go for the throat. Just go for the throat, man. Just get the check and run, right? Doesn't work that way. Yellow personality people are more, you gotta be patient. How do you feel about sharing these products with others, Maria? And I feel good about showing people about life insurance. I think you're right. It is important to have life insurance. It is important to have a retirement. It is important to get out of debt. It is important to save for college. It is important to save for retirement. You ask questions like that. I was going to talk about other personalities, but really, really quick. Imagine saying that, saying this one. How do you feel about getting more people out of debt and financial security to a blue personality person? Blue. By the way, for the new people, blue personality is an excited type person. They're like, that sounds boring. Okay, you couldn't do that to them because they wouldn't care. See, but a yellow personality person would feel great. I like to help people, and this is what happens if you use the correct words, right? So let's look at this. So here's the yellow personality secret. Your yellow personalities love to bond with the presenter, right? So in other words, if you're presenting, right, and then they'll support the person's mission. They want to bond with you first. So based on that, that means you have to build rapport. More rapport with yellow personalities. Now, I know this is a different color, but imagine, you guys ever sat down with the red? How much time does the red want to spend building rapport? None. Red personality is like, okay, show me. Get to the point. Come on, let's go. That's the red personality. But if you're with the red personality, you're like, oh, well, hold on, let's talk first. Because you're a yellow personality. Wrong. See what I mean? So that's why it's important to learn new languages. So then they'll support whatever mission you have, they'll support you if you bond with it. The key word is bond. Now, another word for bond is building rapport with them. You guys got to build a rapport. By the way, when you build rapport, they like you, trust you, and then they want to do business with you or follow you. And you guys got to remember those things. These a little bit smaller, but anyways, so phrases for presenting, right? Start your presentation with these phrases to connect with your yellow personality prospects. One, you can help more people, Maria. Will, you can help more people. Do you think yellow personalities likes to hear that? Yes. Yes, I can help more people. I can do more, right, for them, right? We need your help. No, Will, we need your help. And then they're like, all right, let's go. We'll do this together, right? We need to share this. We need to share this. People need to learn how to get out there. People need to learn how to plan their future. People need to get educated financially, right? People need to make more money, right? So we need to share this. Now, our work has meaning. See, Maria, our work has meaning behind it. See the impact we can do for families? So your personality is thinking like, this is my favorite dish. I like this, right? Instead of, because what happens is, see, we said this before, a lot of times we go into a house thinking, if we talk about the trips, and, oh, you want to make a lot of money? You can be rich. Let me tell you guys something. Let me just help you. Rich and yellow personalities is like oil and water. Now, they will become successful, but you got to start off by helping people because, see, most people don't understand the concept, right, of becoming wealthy. But see, most people think that when they hear rich, oh, that means I have to maybe inconvenience people or take advantage of people. And they're like, oh, I don't like to do that. Okay? Most people I show this love how it helps families. So then they're like, I like it too. Because it helps families. Now, do we or do we not help families?
Yes.
Yes. Okay? We help them get out there and plan their future. Most people I show this to love how it can be bring their spouse home. In other words, where their spouse doesn't have to work anymore. See, imagine fathers being able to spend more time with their kids because they're not at work, or mothers where they don't have to go to work to spend more time with their kids. Now, if you talk to a yellow personality like that, guess what they're thinking? This is good. This is good. We can do this. Because they want to help. They want to help, right? Most people I show this love how it helps their kids' dreams, right? Wow, that's good, because, maybe their people's kids want to go to college or want to do something, and doing what we do is able to help their kids' dreams. I want to help with the kids' dreams, right? Here's your chance to connect, right? Here's your chance to connect with some of those people. See, blue personalities like to hang out. Yellow personalities like to connect. But there's a difference. Hanging out doesn't take much. Connecting does. Because it takes building a relationship. What's that? Yeah, there's more meaning to it. Okay? So, and by the way, you guys can ask questions. So don't think it's just one way here. So always ask questions. Phrases for selling, because we're in the business of selling or recruiting, right? See, IBA is a product you also offer, by the way. So you guys got to learn some of these for the yellow personalities. Need a few phrases to say when you were selling to our products or services, right? So many people need this. Maria. So many people need to be protected. And by the way, on this note, and just, Primerica pays out $3.8 million a day in death benefits. That's $150,000 an hour every day of the whole year, of every year of death benefits. Every hour we pay out $150,000, right? So many people need this. Over 300 people a day die. That's crazy. Over 300 people a day in California. I don't know where in the world's bigger. The number's bigger. But in California, there's over 300 people a day die. So is there a need for what we do? Yes. And there's one company that pays $150,000 an hour of death benefits every day. That's crazy. So many people need this. Here's your chance to help. So you throw in some statistics and numbers in there. Here's your chance to help. Jonathan, here's your chance to help. Make an impact, right? Your person feels like, man, I can make some changes here. I can really help, right? Now, let's see. Now, this can't help, right? I mean, Maria, can you see how this can help people out? Well, she's going to agree to that. We need you to share your results, right? So, in other words, we need you to share your results of your plan. See your FNA, how we show you how to get out of debt. See how we show you a plan to get, so you can, share that with others. Your personality is going to share it. So, you know what? I got my plan. I'm going to be okay. They want to share that, okay? This product or service helps people. That's how you talk to them. Look, but imagine changing that and say, well, can you imagine how much money you could make on the life insurance? That's right. You want to see how we get paid on the life insurance? Yeah, that's a mistake you can make if you're talking to the wrong personality. Because see, you're talking to a French person that's speaking French to you, and you're talking in English, and you're trying to show them a program, and they're not getting it. They're looking at you like, okay, I don't know what you're saying. And you don't know what they're saying. Now, you might be the best presenter on the planet. You might be turning purple in the face, and you're like, man, I did the best presentation on the planet. But the other person's looking at you like, oui, right? I don't know what you're saying. Okay? So anyways, this will make a difference. So these are phrases you'll use. Sharing would help everyone, right? Sharing this will help everyone. That's what you give them, the food that they need to be able to go out there and build their business. But guys, if you're going to sell this to people, like the opportunity, I'm selling you the opportunity. Sharing this will impact other lives. Sharing this will help many, many families, right? Here's an example using these phrases. So many people need these plans, right? The extra money they save will make a huge difference. Many families struggle every month to make their paycheck go far enough. We could help them make it through the entire month, and here's your chance to impact families, right? So this is a phrase you can use with a yellow personality person. Or over the phone. If I'm talking to somebody over the phone and say, hey, John, listen, I understand that you're busy and stuff, but I also understand that you like helping people. And this is one of the reasons I want to work with you. And then you can say things like this. You can say, hey, John, some of the extra money that we save people, will make a huge difference. Because, John, many families are struggling every month, and they're trying to stretch their paycheck, right? So we're going to make sure that they can be able to have enough money at the end of the month so we can make an impact in these families. That's what this business is about. And if you start talking to them like that, they're going to say, oh, I didn't know that. How many of you guys have sat down with people that have already sat down with somebody in Primerica and say, oh, I already sat down with somebody, and then after you sat down with them, they're like, they never explained to me this way. You guys ever had that? Because they weren't speaking their language. You did. And you might have done it by mistake. Seriously. Maybe because that's your personality is like theirs. That's the only reason by mistake you did it. Yeah, and you clicked. Oh, you connected, remember? See, that happens a lot. And, and over the years, I've seen that so many times. So when I talk to you, oh, no, I already heard it. You know what? You heard it from someone else. You give me a chance so you can hear it from me. And I already know what they're going to tell me. I've been doing it a long time, so I already know people's personalities. And then at the end, they always tell me, they say, wow, this is different. They didn't cover this. I'm pretty sure they covered it, But it's the phrases they use that turned them off. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just turned them off. Because, maybe it was a person, blue personality that's overexcited, right? And, was just talking about trips and money and parties and hanging out, right? And the other personality is like, we're good. And so they stop listening. See, that's what happens. So it's important to learn these things, right? All right, so phrases to avoid. This is stuff that we need to avoid. Yes, we can offend yellow personalities also. Yellow personalities find satisfaction in their lives by helping people, right? So remember, they get satisfied by helping people. Matter of fact, yellow personality people are the ones that say, I don't care if I don't get paid. I just want to go help some people. That's the yellow person, believe it or not. They'll tell you that, okay? They have less interest in our compensation plan. They don't care how we get paid. So let's say you do your startup plan, and the first thing you do in your startup plan, look how much money you can make. And then you wonder, I don't know, all of a sudden I just seen their eyes just kind of roll back, and that was it. I lost them. Well, because they don't care about the compensation plan. Or you said, well, look at this research. Check out this research. You know what? We're an A+ company, right? And all this other stuff, right? You start doing that, and yellow personality is like, yeah, okay. They don't care. You know what? We're publicly traded company. PRI stock. Oh man, it's growing. You think yellow personality cares about that? No, they don't care. Okay. Conquering the mountains, right? You can be the biggest guy here, the biggest woman, right? Or winning the contest or awards, right? Oh, you could be number one. Think they care for that? No. Matter of fact, most yellow personalities, 99% of them, if you go to their home, you'll never see a trophy or a ribbon in their walls. You won't. And then let me tell you why. Because yellow personalities, if they win number one, that means that somebody lost, and they don't like people feeling bad. They don't want to make people disappointed, so they would rather not compete. So you won't ever see that. Ever. They won't ever be competitive like that. Why? Because remember, in winning, there's someone's going to lose, right? And yellow personalities cannot have that at all. So you guys got to be careful when you talk to them, right? Anyways, that is, so they're not interested in all that. So let's talk about what's interesting in them, right? That is, polite. Be polite with them. Avoid starting off with phrases when talking to a yellow personality, right? You must set goals right now. You don't do that to a yellow personality. Right now. Why? Because see, doing that, they don't want to feel selfish. As a matter of fact, I've done this when I've sat down with yellow personalities and asked them to put their goals, and they have such a hard time trying to put something together for themselves. Plan for their future, like have more money in their lives, travel more. They just have a hard time. But if you change it, have a goal, set some goals for people that you want to help. And then focus only on not them, but those people. Oh yeah, I want to help, my church. I want to help these people. I want to do this. Yeah. See, they don't like the feeling of being selfish. Even though technically they're not being selfish. But they don't like that. So you don't want to do that, right? You'll avoid these, you'll turn them off, right? You can make a lot of money. They don't really care. Matter of fact, most yellow personality people, as long as they're comfortable, pay bills, and they don't ruffle feathers with people, they're not confrontational, they're good. They're happy people. That's who they are. Matter of fact, if they'll love their job so much, if their job is about, like teachers that really, really, really love their jobs, right? They put in hours after hours, even after work, right? And they don't mind doing it. Because they're impacting children, or young adults, or adults, whatever, right? Because they love it. They do. Okay? So they don't care about much money, right? Just go out and get 100 no's. Why can't you do that to a yellow personality? Do you think yellow personality like to be rejected?
No.
No, they don't. Just also be careful, you guys that are field training and going and doing appointments, when you go to a home and they're yellow personality, they'll probably offer you something to eat, right, or something to drink, and guess what you should do? Accept it. Because that's how they bond. You don't accept it, they get offended. So like, I must have done something wrong that they don't like my food or they don't want my water. What's going on? That's how it works, guys. But I'm in a hurry. It doesn't matter if you're in a hurry. Okay? You gotta learn this, right? So the last thing you also want to do is tell a personality, yellow personality, don't take no for an answer. You just go for it. When you call your family members, don't take no for an answer. You keep bugging them. Guess what a yellow personality does after that? They don't answer your calls anymore. They don't answer your calls for nothing. And then you show up to their house and all of a sudden the lights are always off. It's weird, right? They probably moved. It happens. Yes, Arizona, right? All right? You need to build, you need to build it big. Building it big requires you to do what? Compete. Don't take no for an answer type of an attitude, right? So that's not what they want to hear. So guys, what I'm trying to tell you, they do want to build it big. But how would you communicate this to a yellow personality without using this?
Get to go out and help a lot of people.
That's it. How many people would you like to help? Well, how many can I help? I don't know. Maybe 20 a week? Okay, we'll help 20 a week. So if they did stuff like that, do you think they still build it big? Yeah, of course, they would. Guys, in this business, there's lots of you. As you guys build your teams, all you guys, you need to have all personalities in them. You can't say, I'm just going to fill up the room with a bunch of yellows. You can't do that. You got to have them all. They're all required. All personalities are required part of your business. Every single one of them, right? Juan Manuel is a perfect example. His base shop, was stagnant, was struggling, right? So, he calls me, so we go over and I start talking to his team. And then when we were done that night, I told him, I already know what your issue is. And he says, what's my issue? I go, your room is full of yellow personalities. He had one green and all yellows, right? I go, they're all yellows. 100, actually it was almost 100% all yellows. That's an issue. Why? Because nobody wants to step on each other's toes, right? Nobody wants to compete, right? I go, you need some reds and you need some blues. Okay? And then when we found out that the partners for a lot of these people were reds. So all he had to do is make sure the partners showed up. And then, obviously, they kicked our butt last month, by the way. Just want to say that out loud. Okay? They're doing a good job. Okay? So anyways, so be careful when you guys communicate, with people that, you communicate their language, right? So phrases to motivate a yellow personality. Here are some phrases that we could use to help motivate the yellow personalities. By reading, you could say things like this. By reading this book, it will make it easier to connect with people you want to help. Instead of saying, you must read, think, and grow rich so you can be rich. Do you think they care for that? No. You won't motivate them. But if you read How to Win Friends and Influence People, it's going to help you be able to connect with more people so you can help. You think they'll read the book? Mm-hmm. Yes. They will. That's how you motivate. You're like, man, this guy or this girl, they're so passive. I want to give them something aggressive. And you try to get them to read like more of aggressive books. You send them to Cardone's website.
Oh my gosh.
Never send a yellow personality to a Cardone's website. Grant Cardone, because you guys don't know who he is, but he's one, interesting person when he trains, right? You will kill a yellow person with that, okay? By sharing this today, you will encourage others to change their lives. So, this is how you motivate them. By sharing this opportunity, you will encourage others to change their lives. By sharing this, the opportunity to be able to come to class, or the opportunity to get out there, or the opportunity to the FNA, whatever, you'll change others' lives. Just that's to communicating with them, right? Looking to help more people, right, Maria? You're looking to help more people?
Yes.
A yellow personality will never tell you no. Ever. Ever. You want to know if somebody's a quick yellow personality person and you're kind of having doubts? Ask them, you looking to help more people? And they're going to say, well, yeah. I'll be willing to help more people. They never, no, I'm full. They don't do that. It's not in their nature. Okay? They want to be able to help more people, right? Love giving back to those who need help, right? Maria, you love giving back to those who need help, right? So, this month, if you go out there and serve these families, you'll be able to make an extra $5,000, and then you imagine what you can do with that money by giving it back to some of the people you love and care. So, because by the way, unfortunately, some people, so if some of you guys in this room maybe are feeling that same way, some people feel guilty of making a lot of money. They do. And now some of you are like, how's that possible? Trust me, they are. Some people feel guilty of making a lot of money. Okay? But because they're a yellow personality type person. So if you show them like, hey, you can give back, you can, help more people and give them more opportunities. You can quit your job so you can be able to help more, right? But you don't do that at the beginning. Never tell a yellow personality person to quit their job. Ever. Let them tell you, okay? Let's see. You will love the family feeling of the next big event. The family environment, right? So why do you want to talk to them about that? Because that's how they'll show up to the next big event. Like this Saturday, November 9th. You guys want to get some yellow personality people? What do? Hey, you're going to love the family feeling at this big event. Why? Because you're going to see couples. You're going to see a lot of couples. You're going to see single moms. You're going to see some younger, people, right? But it's all family-oriented business. So if you talk to yellow personality that way, guess what they're going to say? Sign me up. That's what happens. They sign up, right? Let's make the world a better place, Maria, right? So she's going to do it, right? I need your help. Let's do this together. I can feel how much this means to you, and others will feel that too. You communicate. So if I'm talking to Bernice, let's say Bernice is your yellow personality, and we're working on setting appointments, right? I said, look, Bernice, I can feel how much this means to you, and others will feel the same way you do. So a yellow personality wants to share a good feeling. Really? That's good. Let's go talk to some more people. Because I want them to feel like I'm feeling. Okay? We can get everyone, we want to get everyone we can to the event, right? Now, why do we want to get everyone? Why? Because we want to help everybody to get to the event. And yellow personality type of people want people to go to a good place. Matter of fact, in churches, the biggest inviters in churches are going to be yellow personality people. So if you're a pastor of a church, your focus is to make sure that you continuously encourage the yellow personality people to go out there and help more people. That's how it works. Now there's leaders in the churches that are maybe a red personality, and you try to get them to do it, they don't really care. They just want to lead the pack. But they're not going to be your biggest inviters. Now your blue personalities, if it's an exciting environment, they'll also bring more people too. Now why do you think the yellow personalities want to bring more people to a church, let's say?
They're helping more people.
Because they're helping them. They want to help them. They want to help. By the way, yellow personality people are the people that volunteer at schools, help at schools also. Places like that. So think about the people that friends and family members that are yellow personality type of people. And those, now, also think of some of them that are working out of their personality. So think about it, some of your guys who's friends and family members that are yellow personality, that have a job that does not match them. And they're miserable. Those are the people you need to talk to. Those are going to be the fastest recruits you're going to get. The reason why is because they don't like their job. They don't like their job. See, let me just help you with this. If you bump into a yellow personality person that's a manager, they hate their job. Does anybody know why yellow personalities hate being in management? You have to discipline people, you have to fire people, you have to inconvenience people. True or false? That's it. That's how simple it is. So you meet a manager and find out, you ask simple questions, what are the simple questions like, hey, what do you like to do when you're not working? I'm part of the community, I'm part of the church, I do this, I do that. Oh, you're a yellow. And you're a manager? I can recruit you. Because they don't like their position. They don't. Now, by the way, they're good at it because they want to make sure they please their boss, right? And they're loyal to whatever it is that they're doing at the time. But they don't like it. They don't like it. And especially when they have to fire people or discipline someone. They don't like that. Matter of fact, yellow personality people that are in management are also the ones that usually, the managers that want to hang out with their employees at lunchtime with them and stuff like that. You know, just hang out with them. That's a yellow personality type person. Because they don't want to feel like, oh, I don't want to feel above you. I'm like you. That's exactly what they are, right? So if you're an owner of a company, by the way, never put a yellow personality to run your company, ever. Don't do that. As a matter of fact, they won't fire people that need to get fired, ever, and you'll lose money. By the way, and you guys have seen businesses or companies that go through those problems. Oh, I see that all the time. You know, when I sit down with business owners and the people that they have around them, I'm like, oh my goodness, you got the wrong people. You know, it's like perfect example so you guys can see how this works. Imagine owning a steakhouse, right? You own a steakhouse and inside the restaurant you sell steaks, right? Beef, right? And then you hire a vegan waiter. Do you think there's going to be an issue? Oh yeah, because if Will comes over, right, he wants a prime steak, whatever, right? He's I want the best steak, and I'm a vegan. I'm like, why would you want to kill a poor animal, right? I wouldn't get that. Try to sell it, right? That would be bad for our restaurant. True or false? Yeah. See that? Or imagine hiring a cook that's maybe a vegetarian, and you have a steakhouse. It's not going to work. See that? But it happens all the time. Listen, business owners don't know about this stuff. What we teach you here in America, no one else is going to teach you for free. And you guys are getting it here for free. This will not just help you in our business, but it'll help you in life. I promise you. You want to be able to communicate. You want to be able to, communicate with people in a situation where, you want it beneficial for both of you. Learn their language. And also they like you. And then when they like you, they're like, okay, they agree with what you're saying, and then there you go. You got whatever it is that you want. Okay? And that's how you influence people, right? So anyways, we're almost done, guys. So, phrases for closing, right? So closing can stress your yellow personalities. They don't want to be pushed or force their prospects. Take action when they are not ready, right? So don't force them. Let them, work their way through, right? And what happens when you push them or force yellow personalities, right? Well, they stop showing up. They don't show up no more. Well, I don't want to recruit people because, Maria's forcing me to. They must want to. They must want to, right? Well, they might not use their feelings, but certainly they don't feel good, right? Yellows are so polite. We can use the following phrases to help your personalities make decisions, right? The good news is that yellow personalities can use the same phrases when talking to their prospects. It's important that for yellow personalities to feel comfortable when talking to others. Here's a phrase. Start thinking of how many people you could share this with. Not how many people can you close. How many people can you recruit? No. Think of Maria. How many people you think you could share this with? Oh, I could share this with a lot of people. Big difference. Or, let me get some referrals. Why do you think you're going to have a challenge getting referrals from a yellow personality?
They don't want their friends being inconvenienced.
That's right. But if you use a different phrase, how many people do you want to share this with? Well, you know what? My good friend Bernice, my good friend Dana, they're really good for me. They would benefit from me. Now, I'm going to share it. See the difference? But if you ask them, give me some referrals. First thing they're going to tell you, well, let me talk to them first. Isn't that what they say? Because you're forcing it. Can't force it, guys. When would you like to start encouraging others? Instead of, when would you like to recruit others? When would you like to go close more business? When would you like to make more money? It doesn't work that way. When would you like to encourage others to get out of debt, protect their families, plan their future? When would you? See the difference? See, so that's the the yellow personality part. By the way, as we do the next weeks, you guys will see that it's a little bit different for all the other colors because what works for them won't work for the other colors. By the way, okay. With your support, we can work together and impact more lives, right? I will partner with you, and you can partner with others too. That's the other thing yellow personalities like. They like to partner up. Don't ever send a yellow personality on their own. Unless they request, hey, I can do this. I can do this. But at the very beginning, don't do that to them. They won't, they're like, I don't have the support. I'm done. That's why it's important, like on the yellow person, constantly remind them, hey, you know what? We're going to be at the meeting. We're going to have some great training, right? Show up, right? Encourage them. Keep encouraging them, right? Because they need that constant support also, okay? Constant support. Which, by the way, because they start doubting themselves. We can do this together. Let's start changing lives ASAP, right? So if you use words like, well, let's start closing more people. Let's go recruit a bunch of people right now. What do you think they're going to say? See, the Comparec has the bonus, right? You do a recruit and do a live show for $1,000, right? You get $200. Oh, let's go get you a bunch of $200. What do you think a yellow person is saying? Let me think about it. You won't hear them. But let's go change some lives. Do you think they like that better? Yes. Okay. I can tell that you are looking to help right away, right? Yes, right? Let's connect tonight at the meeting, right? Instead of like, hey, let's get you started tonight. Well, I don't want to get started, but hey, let's connect. Why? Because that's their word, connecting. They want to bond together, right? They want to hang out and build that relationship first, right? So anyways, so as you guys go out and talk to people, you get better and better at it. But it's fun. It is fun, by the way, to start noticing that in people. And you notice it in yourself first, by the way, who you are. And then it's easier to communicate with people. And by the way, let me help you guys all with this. It'll be so easy for you guys to connect and talk to more people, total strangers. You'll act like you guys were best friends since high school, right? But the reason why that happens is because you're speaking their language. That's it. But see, what happens in all businesses, people don't train on things like this. So they go out there and then they get beat up. They go and they say or do the wrong things and nothing happens. No connection, and they don't feel good about it, so they won't do it. But if you learn the personalities and how to communicate with people, right? And you find out, oh, Will's a yellow, all right, and you already know how to communicate with him, because you may not be a yellow, but it's okay, but you learn his language, then I could talk his language, and then he's going to like me. He's going to like me, because we talk the same. And next thing you know, he's like, oh, yeah, Jose, whatever you need, I'll support you.
Jose's my best friend.
Yeah, we become best friends. And I'll get the referrals, I'll get everything, right? He'll help me. But if I don't speak his language, and I use words that I shouldn't, right? It's not going to happen, guys. So any questions on this before we call it a night? Okay, guys, it's important that you guys plug into all the trainings, right? This Saturday, the 9th, we'll be in Santa Clara, right? The convention center, right? It's important that you guys show up to that, right? I think it starts at 9 or 8:30. At 9, okay, so be there by 8:30, right? Bill Lorender's going to be the guest speaker there. Guys, plug into that. It's going to be amazing, guys.
It's the Super Bowl of America.
That's right. That is the Super Bowl of America event. You want to be there this Saturday. Tickets are $20, so talk to Angelica. We'll make sure we'll get you covered. So that way you guys can, show up to that event. Call your people. Call your teammates. Call your yellow personalities. Hey, you know what? We're going to be able to change a lot of lives. This is a family environment. We're going to have a great time helping more people, right? Get them there, guys, this Saturday. So if you haven't got your tickets, talk to Angelica. So, by the way, we won't be having Saturday training here. So if you show up, no one's going to be here. We'll be in Santa Clara, okay? So we'll see you guys there this Saturday. Have an awesome night. Tear it up, guys. 1 o'clock. That's Cheryl's office. Yeah. Oh, real quick, guys, our team color is royal blue. So if you guys want to wear royal blue colors, that would be great. That way we can all match. Royal blue. Hey, how are you, man?
Okay, Jose.
Never know. That may be the game changer. How you doing, Dana? Okay. actually became the $96 million earner. So,